So your T-zone has weird texture and it needs extra pigment and coverage here, because if you do a translucent here, this foundation doesn't grab the same way in the T-zone. So we always have issues.
Yeah, like a lot of people get oily around there too. So.
And the skin doesn't absorb the same, so it's a whole tricky mess. So I use a pressed powder just in my T-zone. So I'm using a flatter brush and I'm pressing just the T-zone. She's not dark enough not to use this, so I think I'm okay to use this.
Is that the one that pops up like too light if
they're too dark? No.
No? Okay.
No. This one is not HD. This one is
okay.
for filming. This one's really, really good.
Okay, so that's not gonna look
it doesn't have that, especially if you buff off the excess,
okay.
You know? If you don't, yes, the camera will grab it if you leave it too powdery.
Okay.
But this one works fine. The thing is if they get a little darker than her, you need to switch to mixing it because it'll lighten them.
Okay.
Look up and have her keep looking up. I'm gonna blend out any moisture creases because before I set powder, I wanna make sure I've blended out any of those creases, because if I go over them with powder, those become wrinkles that never go away. So I'm gonna come in with the edge of my brush and set that under the eyes, all the way up to her lower lashes. And flick that excess off. Close, relax. I'm gonna bring this in and blend out any creases, because as people are moving around, the powder foundation is going to crease up, and I wanna make sure I've blended out any of those creases before I go in and set with powder. And I'm using the side of the brush, not the point. I'm coming in more of this angle and pressing it in, because makeup only wears well if you set it with powder. So we want to push it in. We're not just buffing off the shine. I want it to pack in there. So that's why I'm pressing it on. This area doesn't need as much packing because it has less product on it, but you still need to set, wherever you took foundation, you're going to set it with powder. If you did hardly any foundation, you can use less powder. If you did a lot, you need to pack more. Once I have set her everywhere, take my brush and slide it over the skin. This is going to remove any excess powder, but it also is going to tell me if I missed any spots. Because as I'm going over the skin, once it's set with powder, it slides really smooth. But if there's any moisture, I'll feel some hesitation and some drag, and that means I need to apply more moisture.